Moving on to some news about our new Bachelorette that actually is pretty interesting. We've been hyping up her season a lot. Of course, we've been unpacking the promos, but she actually just issued an apology to all of her LGBTQ fans and has taken down this Instagram post that you're looking at. We have it here. It's no longer on her page. She initially posted this photo kissing. It's another former contestant from Matt James this season, you guys, if you remember Cassandra. And this post confused a lot of fans. The caption was, "Whatever floats your boat." Of course, they're kissing. There's the girls, girls, girls sign. There's girl photos all over the wall. I mean, it had people just thrown for a loop. Was she coming out in some way? Was she sharing that she was bi? I mean, is this saying that she didn't find love on the seas? Like, what was happening? There were just so many questions. And she did, as you can see here, she took the time to respond after things kind of got out of control. She noted that it was simply a friendship post. It was not intended to be a statement about her sexuality. And then she deleted the whole thing. So before we get into what she said now, which of course is this statement, what were your initial thoughts on the post, you guys? Did it confuse you? Did you look through all the caption or comments? Did you think it was important she replied? I mean, definitely caused a stir. What did you think, Gabby, initially?
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was very confused. It's definitely a sexy photo and like a very mysterious caption. And it's just like, Katie, everyone has their eyes on everything you post right now because we're so excited and like leading up to her season. So we're looking for any clues that are possible. So I'm just so confused how like posting this in the exact form that she did, this photo, this edit, the caption, how she thought that was not going to like raise some questions. I don't know. It seems very promiscuous from Katie. And we know she's, open about sexuality, sex positive, all of this. But when we're waiting to see, like, if she's engaged, like, she's the new Bachelorette, I think we're pretty much overanalyzing everything. And I could see how it could be offensive to the LGBTQ community because it's like, are you bi now? Like, what's the status of this? And it's just like truly confused everybody. So I'm glad she cleared it up, but very confusing on my end. What did you think, Morgan?
Yeah, I think for anyone who becomes a lead, it's a very short time that you have to kind of figure out that you can't act the way that you did 6 months ago. Like if Katie would have posted this photo on her own personal Instagram 6 months ago, some of her friends would have liked it. Some people would have commented, like, oh my gosh, tag me next time or something crazy. But when you are a lead of the franchise, and all eyes are on you, everything that you do is going to be under a microscope. And people have had to learn that the hard way. And I think this is probably Katie's first lesson in what weight with being the lead in this series, because she's been very active on social media. And I was thinking about this today. I don't know that I've seen someone as active as Katie about her season before her season. And maybe it's just because, with Tayshia, things were a little bit different because we didn't actually know she was going to be the Bachelorette. But even Claire, I feel like I didn't see her, actively posting with Bachelor Nation alum before her season even aired, hanging out with all of these people and, kind of doing these TikTok lives and these Instagram lives. So I think it's just something that she is going to have to get used to. And like I said, this is her first lesson in what it's really like to be a public figure. You can't just kind of live the way that you've been living for the past, 30 years of your life. There's going to be a lot of people watching you with a lot of opinions. And you have to be respectful of those people, especially if they're fans of the show and they're rooting for you in the long term.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, clearly if we get to this statement now, she has learned that lesson. Like, I mean, it was swift, it was quick, but she certainly gets it now. She wrote, "To my followers, I have removed my most recent post after realizing how many people from the LGBTQ plus community I hurt. I am so sorry. I've read the comments and better understand why my post was offensive. I will continue to learn from my mistakes. I want to always be an ally, and today I am sorry I let you down." So I think this was the right move because to me, at least reading this, I don't know if you guys agree, it does feel genuine. I believe her when she says she does want to be an ally. I don't think that she had any malicious intent with that post at all. I honestly think not a lot of thought went into it. Seems like there was a bunch of gals out, you know, having some wine, drinking, having fun, and she probably just like posted it, right? So this is the lesson that she needed to learn, and I hope that whatever, you know, comments, messages she was reading, she really did take them to heart. She understands, and we don't see anything like this from her in the future. I mean, what are your thoughts, Morgan?
Yeah, reading this, I do think that it's genuine too. I feel like you can tell that it's coming from her heart. She's not just saying it because her publicist is telling her to say it. And I also feel like it's genuine because we know this side of Katie, who we saw on Matt James' season, really stand up for what she believes in. And, you know, her whole online persona up until now has been very sex positive, very inclusive. So I don't think that you know, you can just tell that this is what she truly believes, what she truly thinks, what she truly feels. It's not somebody else writing an apology for her like we've seen other people do in the past. What do you think, Gabby?
I agree. Speaking of publicists, I'm very confused about why any of this like is seeping through the cracks, because after everything the Bachelor franchise has been through, I would think that she, as the new lead, the very next lead after Matt James' season, would literally have to run everything by like her publicist, the franchise's publicist, like making sure everything is like tied up in a nice bow, because they cannot have any other issues of like not being inclusive or, you know, being ignorant or just like letting something slip by like this. So I know it does seem like everything's coming from Katie. I'm just like so surprised that, like you said, Morgan, she is being so active on social media right now. It's like that just opens the door for something to happen and something to come up like this. So I'm just surprised that they aren't having her be a little bit more squeaky clean on everything. I think, you know, she tied it up really well and it sounds genuine, like we were saying. Katie does not seem like a fake person at all. So I think people are going to still believe her and take all of this for what it was. But again, just so confused why like she thought this was going to slide past and like be fine. It doesn't look like a best friends post. So maybe we're going to see her a little bit more tight knit in the coming weeks leading up to her season.
Yeah, that is a really it's a great point, Gabby. I like have been saying this for weeks. They can't afford as a franchise any mistakes. And I think this was, you know, a learning lesson for Katie. I do think it's going to blow over. I do think it was all intended, but that is such a smart point, because literally any innocent comment, you know, caption, image can definitely go wrong on social media. We've seen it happen not only in Bachelor Nation, all over the place. So you would think that they would have something at play. Now my mind is reeling. I'm like, maybe there is something at play, and maybe whoever is like checking things didn't see any potential issue there. But again, we don't want to get into the conspiracy of it all. We do support Katie. We are excited for her season. We're gonna let this blow over. Let us know your thoughts, you guys. Do you feel like her apology message was genuine? Did you even notice or care about the initial post? Send it our way in the chat. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. Hit the bell so you get notified when we're going live, when we're posting new videos. As always, I am your host, Fiona Zaring, joined by the wonderful Gabby Ganta and Morgan Wright. If you want to come say hi, our social handles are on the screen right now. Thank you guys for tuning in live with us, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.